Ladies and gentlemen, the American Cheer and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. Well, Joe Biden peed all over Easter. Joe Biden wrote an executive order making March 31st, Sunday, Easter, the day of transgender visibility. What the hell? Now, I found out that some of these folks said, well, it was March 31st last year, too. Doesn't matter. You got to have some common sense. Sunday, Easter, he issues an order like that. I mean, the focus is on that. It's truly unbelievable, but typical of these folks. Top staffers in Congress, apparently, most of them, 2/3 of them, want to quit and resign. Can you imagine what living in Washington, D.C. and dealing with all this crap every day is like? Not good. 7 youths, juveniles, were all shot in downtown Indy. Isn't that amazing? And we got a local news story, too, that's along these lines. Trump is calling all those that are resigning from Congress and not staying Republicans as weaklings. Putin, can't make this up, little bit of embarrassment. The Russians shut down their very own, accidentally, $30 million jet. Putin is conscripting 150,000 men for this army. Like there's going to be another invasion. Can you imagine those poor young souls? I mean, it's like the Civil War when the South was fighting with 12-year-olds. This is going to be bad, folks, going to be bad. Donald Trump reposted a Joe Biden being hogtied in the back of a truck. It's humor. It's humor. By the way, I don't ever remember anyone on the left, including Joe Biden or Hillary, condemning Kathy Griffin holding a bloody head of Donald Trump. Did they? No. Diddy is in trouble. They've issued now subpoenas to all of his related business. And 50 Cent says it's going to keep getting bad. He called this. And apparently a bodyguard's coming forward too. All right, Putin, he is going to kill these ISIS terrorists up close with a gunshot. You know, he supported us against terrorism. Migrant caravan of thousands is headed towards the El Paso border. Unbelievable. The world needs him. That is what Bill Clinton and Barack Obama said at the New York event. The world needs Joe. Look what's happened the last 4 years. Yeah, the world needs more of that? I don't think so. And Taliban has gone back to stoning women. How'd you like to be a woman in an Arab country? Wouldn't want it. Would you like that, Sabrina?
No.
Be awful. Don't be a withered, puppy-headed wagtail. Shakespeare saw the day. Be an oracle. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Cheer and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Local News. Jonathan Calhoun, pictured here at 27, of Carthage, Ohio, was killed by Kamoni Cephas, 22, who's been charged with the crime. Car chase in Newport ended up with a car crashing into a house. Never good. Benjamin Addison, 21, pictured here, is the victim of that Mount Auburn shooting last week. The Northern Kentucky Chamber wants to work on income-aligned housing. Means affordable housing. Folks, nothing indicates the widening gap between the haves and have-nots than the need for income-aligned housing. Transgender Day of Visibility. Not only was it in Washington, the good old city of Cincinnati raised the transgender flag too for Easter. Kentucky bill will ban mandatory COVID shots. Amen. One Northern Kentucky center says they're going to pour concrete at 3 a.m. By the way, I walked by this when I went to the Reds game, and it struck me. This is a Bill Butler development. And I'm thinking to myself, just think, these people, he got the tax credits for one ovation. Would Bill Butler have been able to build anything without government help? Tax breaks from the government, the city, the state, the county. Cracks me up. Corporate welfare. Folks, so many of these high-heeled folks all made their money from our tax dollars. indirectly or directly. Joshua Meanick, down in eastern Kentucky, has been arrested for killing his mom, Stacy. This happened down in Ashland. They tried to burn her body up in a car to remove the evidence. Obviously, they were not close. Alexis Truitt, this young lady here, was drunk and going the wrong way on the Brent Spence Bridge on Saturday. Caused an accident and a backup. Not good. Allison Vestring, pictured here, is one of the two women wanted for the unlawful restraint at West Claremont School. She pled not guilty. And last night, can't make it up, heavy police presence downtown due to a gang of disorderly teens. I think there's like 100 of them. I'm telling you, folks, lawlessness alive and well in our cities. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.
Hello again, this is Jamie Spindley. You're watching Eric Deters World News, the latest headlines. A car bombing in the town of Azar in northern Syria killed at least 7 people and injured several others. The attack targeted a busy market in the town near the Turkish border. The perpetrators of the attack remain unclear. Azar is controlled by pro-Turkish militias fighting against Syrian president regime. Turkish forces and their proxies hold significant control over areas along the border between Turkey and Syria. Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a decree to conscript 150,000 individuals into the military, as announced on the Kremlin's website. Compulsory military service of 1 year is mandatory for all men in Russia. Russia currently has approximately 1.32 million active military personnel and 2 million on reserve. In other news, 8 Chinese nationals, including 7 women and a man, were found dead on a beach in the Mexican state of Oaxaca after the boat capsized. The bodies were discovered along a route often used by illegal migrants attempting to reach the United States. The victims were aboard a boat operated by a Mexican individual that departed from Chiapas state bordering Guatemala. And 7 children aged 12 to 17 were injured in a shooting outside Circle Center Mall in downtown Indianapolis. Indianapolis police officers heard gunshots and found 6 individuals with gunshot wounds upon arrival. Emergency medical services transported the victims to hospital, where 1 remained in critical condition, whilst the others were stable. An individual victim, also under 18, arrived at a hospital independently. More information to come. Until tomorrow, have a fantastic day. Cheerio.
Ladies and gentlemen, American cheering Bulldog Nation, Sports Without Boundaries. Let's go. The Reds beat the Nationals 2 home runs, 6-5 yesterday. You can't make this up. They're down by a run. 2 outs. Jonathan Indy gets a double, Benson a homer, and then Carcione, who is struck out like every bat, not a hit, hits a home run and they win it. By the way, they lost Saturday. Diaz blew a 6-4 lead in the 9th. So they owe the Nationals this. Final 4, which will be Saturday, and the finals will be next Monday. Bama at UConn, Purdue at North Carolina State. What games there were over the weekend. Wow, great basketball. Kansas City's Mr. Rice here was racing a Corvette in Dallas, caused 6 cars to crash. He left the scene. He's in trouble. He's from the Fort Worth area. NKU women's coach Cameron Whitaker's under investigation again for some reason. Back in 2019, it was for toxicity. Weidman beat Silva in a fight. UFC is the big fight. There was a lot of controversy around it. Oakland A's have been offered a new lease for 9 years at their stadium. Cole Beasley says it's hard to raise kids when you got males coloring their fingernails. Rex Chapman says he lost $12 million gambling. Chris Mack is going to become the new coach of Charlotte. Their coach went to Louisville. Chris Mack's going to go to Charlotte. Kim Mulkey from LSU got ripped by the New York Times in the Washington Times in an article. Washington Post? New York Times, I forget what newspaper it was. Anyway, ripped apart. She's a character. All right, Theo says he might come back to UK, and he just not entered the portal. He's also entered the draft. He's not going to get drafted. All right, and Rupp Arena, apparently you can't move these season ticket holders around through your construction based upon a court order. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Pop Culture. Top story. In Lopburi, Thailand, monkeys have taken over the town. They say it's like a scene out of Planet of the Apes. Can you imagine a bunch of monkeys attacking you? These monkeys are obviously pretty smart. They've literally taken over the town. This is a funny story. Did you know? I don't know why I put it in pop culture, but I did. Hawaii, apparently the only part of the United States that's not protected by the NATO treaty. Don't they feel special? Sad news, Lou Gossett Jr., officer and a gentleman fame. May he rest in peace. He passed away. Sad story. Whitney Houston, when she died, she had a sewn-on wig, 11 teeth lost due to crack, yada, yada, yada. So sad. And King Charles attended Easter service with Camilla without any other royals of note. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.